So what I did was I transferred to Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
I mean, there are many ways. I read a statistic. It's old now that 22% of Division I athletic scholarships, didn't get renewed. So if you committed to, and coaches move all the time, and a new coach might want to bring his new guys in that he's recruited. So where the fuck are you supposed to go? Especially, let's say you're a junior, and you've had playing time, maybe your second string, maybe your first string, but now you have to go find a whole new fucking program, and that's gonna drop your draft stock unless you're like a guaranteed starter at Alabama or something.
You got 3/4 of a degree, and you got to try and transfer it to another college. My God,
assuming you're even allowed.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of insane draconian rules,
and you would have to sit out a year.
Right.
It used to be like when you transferred, you'd have to sit out an entire year.
Isn't the whole thing with football that you have a very small number of years to be able to do it before you're just fried?
Well, yes, Alice.
Before your body falls apart. Yeah.
That's not an accident. All right, we're gonna take a diversion here. Spencer, you want to tell the SMU story? Next slide, please.
Yeah, it's a big turning point in amateur athletics, I think, because first of all, what you are looking at in this slide is absolutely fucking glorious, and what you are seeing that is correct. That is a gold Trans Am.
Oh yeah,
that is a 1979 gold Trans Am with the Firebird on the hood and the T-top. It is, and
nice.
That is just an American badassness, like just a terrible car, but looks really, really awesome. It's real loud. You can smell the exhaust the minute that you hit the gas pedal anywhere in the car at any time. It's awesome, and it comes with its own copy of Van Halen's Diver Down, just right in the cassette deck.
Good for running blocker for several hundred cases of Coors that you're running across state lines.
It's actually designed for that.
Yes.
Right. And you can also change out of a wedding dress in the passenger seat effortlessly.
It's unfortunate that they started selling Coors east of the Mississippi because there's no reason for this car anymore.
It's like a sort of lost art form. Yeah.
It was made for two things. It was made for purchasing football players because this Trans Am turned up as a key element in the Southern Methodist University football scandal. Because the whole time we're discussing this, maybe you're thinking, well, why didn't you just pay people and shut up about it? What if you actually just established a payroll and just said, fuck the NCAA? Enter Southern Methodist University football.
Go Mustangs, baby.
Wow. Are we going to hear that they were more ethical than anyone else?
Yes, because they got rid of the fucking facade, man.
And that's why it's a scandal.
So in true Texas fashion, this was spearheaded by, among other people, a dude with a dealership, a 30-year-old entrepreneur and dealership owner, Sherwood Blunt, who, along with a big core of Texas boosters, just decided, yeehaw, we're going to do this. And they just started paying players. And consequently, SMU became awesome at football and started to attract talent like Eric Dickerson, and started to do so shamelessly that other people started to complain. This is all part, by the way, of the Southwest Conference, my favorite conference in all of athletic history in college sports, because they all did this. Like, the Southwest Conference was one big Texan, yeehaw, where's my checkbook? Just people paying for players, and all of these sort of weird internecine squabbles over talent and bribing people, and just everything that you want out of college sports in the best scandalous sort. That's the Southwest Conference. But anyway, SMU does this. They get real, real good when they are eventually caught, okay, which is always going to happen because somebody gets disgruntled when the payroll doesn't come through or when they need money. When SMU gets caught, my favorite thing, when they get caught, they go to the administration, okay, and in a series of communications, which eventually involves a former governor of Texas, okay, being on board with all of this. It's one of the ways they get caught. I'm simplifying the story because it would take an hour to really explain it. If you want, you should watch the ESPN documentary Pony Excess, which is great because it kind of tisks a little bit at it, but it's so cool that you're just like, yeah, go ponies. This is awesome. But when they get caught, the guys behind it are like, hey, listen, you just can't stop this now. We've got a payroll to support. Like, we gotta make payroll.
we gotta make payroll, bitches.
They're like we got people who are expecting checks. You just can't get us to stop. You got to give us a couple of months. Which I love that these guys who are businessmen who would probably shutter things overnight for their own convenience without sending out checks. We're like, no, SMU football special. Give us a couple of months to wind these checks down. Send out some separation packages, if you will. Yeah. The great irony in all of this is that the gold Trans Am became a symbol of SMU's, corruption and decadence in the otherwise pure scheme of college athletics. When in fact, that gold Trans Am was paid for by Texas A&M University boosters who got it for Dickerson, who then took it and went to SMU. SMU still uses that in recruiting materials today. They use it this year.
The handshake meme between the US military and college football and trying to recruit impressionable teenagers is
that is correct.
Cool car.
Yeah, except Eric Dickerson signed with Canada, right? Like in this scenario, he took the gold Trans Am when he got to the United States military.
Joined the Canadian forces with my Marines enlistment bonus.
That's right.
These are still the only ethical people we've heard of so far. Just paying the
It's
players.
a bunch of Texas. It's the same fucking people who killed JFK, just incidentally running a football side hustle. And we're like, fuck yes, this rules.
There's no fun scandals anymore. We just got the last fun scandal we got was Hugh Freeze, former coach at the University of Mississippi. Now, is he still coaching at Liberty?
He's still at Liberty, yeah.
Using his university cell phone to pay for university credit card to pay for strippers.
What's
nothing.
wrong with that?
He was using his university cell phone to call escort services in Tampa, Florida. Yes.
What's wrong with that?
That sounds unwise, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
Morally, criminally, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. This is all dependent, by the way, on snitching, because the guy who got those cell phone records requested was the coach that he got fired for. So, that guy ratted on him.
What I'm learning here is that the NCAA doesn't have a policy of deterring informants, which it should do. Informally, they should institute that. Yeah. I'm not going to suggest how they should do that. I'm just saying that there are plenty of examples of how you might deter people from informing.
I was about to say, if you really want to clamp down on whistleblowers, I know this guy. His name is Barack Obama.
So this is, by the way, a big turning point, because this is the last time that the NCAA ever trotted out something called the death penalty. And the death penalty means
they
that
want to be cops so bad.
They want to be cops so bad. Following the 86 season, they canceled their 1987 season, totally canceled it. And then were off TV. They couldn't play home games in the 1988 season. They didn't get back on the field in full until the 1989 season, where with a depleted roster, God, I love football so much. With a depleted roster, they had to play the Houston Cougars, who were running the run and shoot at the time and passing 90 times a game. And in one of my favorite scores ever, Houston beat SMU 95-21. And we're
It's that Cardale Jones shit.
Yeah.
The death penalty is
Andre
just
Ware
1 year
for 500. Yeah, it was 1 year complete ban, and then with no scholarships, they yank everything. So if you have existing scholarships, they honor them, but you miss at least one full recruiting class, and then there's restrictions where you get partials for another 3 or 4 years.
I'm just thinking 1 year is a short amount of time to be dead.
Yeah, but it totally decimates a program.
Yeah, I'm thinking
SMU sort of does.
It's the career death penalty.
So it's not like
they didn't make a
Not like Hot Black DeSatio from Hitchhiker's Guide. Spending a year dead for tax reasons.
No. But they lost 95-21, and Andre Ware threw 517 yards in the first half. Like, they didn't make a bowl game until 20 years later.
Wow.
Sort of ritual humiliation.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also a point where they did that, and the consensus was, we don't really want to do that to anyone anymore, because the schools, which are essentially, they're the backers of the NCAA, they decided, that's really uncool. We wouldn't like that to happen to us. And there's really no reason it can't, because who's to say we don't have a bunch of yeehaw boosters ready to Texas this thing up? Just start handing out cash.